Good morning, my dear students. I hope all of you are fine. So, today we are going to learn about the chapter number 12, Uncle Moon Forgets Counting. In this chapter, we will learn about the various bodies that are present in the sky. The various bodies means the sun, the moon, the stars, all these things are known as the bodies that are present in the sky. So, in this chapter, we will learn about the various bodies in the sky and we will learn how the moon tries to count the stars and what happens when the uncle moon tries to count the stars. So, we will begin with the story. Once Uncle Moon started counting the stars 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 10, 14, 50. So, first of all, as we all know, there are so many stars in the sky and we are not able to count the stars, right? So, as there are so many stars. So, similarly, as the children, Moon was also trying to count the stars in the sky. He wanted to know how many stars are there in the sky. So, he started counting the stars and he was counting all the stars in the sky. Finally, throughout the night he was counting all the stars. Puri raat he was counting the stars. Finally it was morning. So when he was counting, it was morning and the sun started shining. When the morning started, the sun began to shine, and when the sun began to shine, the stars went away. As we all know that when the sun comes in the sky, there are no stars in the sky in the morning time. So when the sun started shining, all the stars went away. Uncle Moon forgot how many stars he had counted. Uncle Moon forgot the counting of the stars. He did not remember how many stars he have counted yet. At night, he started counting the stars again. The next night, he again started counting the stars because he wanted to know how many stars are there in the sky. So, he started counting the stars again. He counted them every night. Like every night, he counted the stars, and in the morning, he forgot how many stars were there in the sky. So, every night, he used to count the stars. Many times, he forgot the count himself. Means वो बहुत बार भूल जाता था कि how many stars are there in the sky. So, every night, he started counting again. One night he started crying. I cannot finish my counting. I cannot count. One night the moon started crying. Why he started crying? Because he said that I cannot finish my counting. Every time I forget how many stars are there in the sky, I cannot count the number of stars. I am not able to count the number of stars. I cannot finish my counting. So that is why he started crying. The sun said, Why are you crying? Don't worry, I'll help you. Sun asked the moon, Why are you crying? What is the reason of your crying? I will help you. Just tell me, why are you crying? The moon told the sun that he wanted to count the stars, but he is not able to count them because every time he forgets the counting. The sun came out to count the stars. The sun said, I will help you. So the sun came out in the sky. But when the sun came out in the sky, the day arrived, the morning started. So all the stars, when the sun came outside, all the stars went away, because as we all know, in the morning time when there is sunshine, there are no stars present. So all the stars went away. He went round the sky, but he did not find any stars. The sun wanted to find out the stars, to count the stars for the moon, but he was unable to count the stars. Why? Because when he came out, he took a round of the sky, but he did not find the stars anywhere. Why? Because it was daylight, and in the daylight, the stars are not present in the sky. Uncle Moon was angry. I will not talk to you till you tell me how many stars there are in the sky, he said. Uncle Moon was very angry at that time because the sun said that I will help you, but he was not able to help Uncle Moon. So Uncle Moon was very angry at that time. He said to the sun that I will not talk to you if you will not tell me how many stars are there in the sky. If you will not find out the count of stars, I will not talk to you. He was very angry at the sun. The sun looked under the rocks. The sun was very sad because he wanted to help the moon, so he started finding out the stars. He looked under the rocks. He went towards the rocks. He looked under the rocks to find out the stars. He looked in the nests whether the stars are sleeping in the nest or not. He looked on the roof of the huts. He went towards the huts also. He saw everywhere. He looked and looked. He tried to find out the stars, but he did not find any star. He was not able to find any star because the reason was he was shining, and when the sun shines, we know no stars are present in the sky. The sun was sad. Sun was very sad. The sun got very sad. Why he got sad? Because he was not able to find out any stars, so he got very sad. Then he saw some children playing. When he was sad, he saw some children were playing there. So the children were singing. While they were playing, they were singing a song, they were singing a poem. They were saying, there are many stars in the sky as there are many children on the earth. Thus the children were singing a song like, there are many stars in the sky as there are many children on the earth. What were they singing? वो सॉन्ग सिंग कर रहे थे कि नंबर ऑफ स्टार्स कितना है, काउंट ऑफ स्टार्स कितना है स्काई में, जितने अर्थ के ऊपर चिल्ड्रन हैं उतना ही नंबर ऑफ स्टार्स हैं. द सन हर्ड देम वाइल द चिल्ड्रन वर सिंगिंग द सॉन्ग्स. द सन हर्ड देयर वॉइस. ही रैन बैक टू द मून and said, dear moon, I know how many stars are in the sky. So he said, he got very happy, and he said that I know how many stars are there in the sky. I can tell you the number of stars. So Uncle Moon got surprised. He said, really, you know this? Tell me how many stars are there. Sun said, there are as many stars in the sky as there are children on this earth. The sun told him the answer, that the number of stars in the sky is equal to the number of children on the earth. Means as there are how many children are there on the earth, similar number is there, a similar number of stars are there in the sky. So now the moon was happy. At that time the moon got the answer that there are the number of stars is equal to the number of children on the earth. So he was very happy after that. So because he got the answer. So we have learned that there are so many things in the sky during the daytime and during the night time. Like during the daytime we can see there are clouds in the sky sometimes, right? There is sun. So in the night time we can see there are stars, there is moon. So these are various things that are present in the sky during the daylight and the night time. But one thing, that there are so many stars, there are very much of stars, many stars are present in the sky, and we are not able to count the number of stars because they are uncountable, because there are so many in number and we are not able to count them. We can forget that counting. So this was all about the story. Now we will have a look at the exercises portion related to this chapter. First one is read part, in which A part says match the sentences correctly. There are some sentences given to us, one in the blue box and the other one in the sky box. So we will find out the correct sentences, then we will match them. First is Uncle Moon. Now we will find out the correct sentence, like Uncle Moon was trying to count the stars. We know that Uncle Moon was trying to count the stars, so we will match the first one with the third number box. Second is Uncle Moon could not count how many stars there were in the sky. Second answer is the last box. The sun said he will help the moon. So first box is related to the third one. The fourth, again the sun could not find any stars. Fourth box is equivalent to the second one. And there are as many stars in the sky as there are children on the earth. Fourth box and the fifth box can be matched. Now the B part says think and answer. Think and answer portion. First question is, where did the sun look for the stars? The sun was looking for the stars everywhere. Like the sun looked under the rocks, in the nests, and on the roofs of the huts. Where were the stars when the sun was looking for them? The stars were not there in the sky. Where were the stars? We have to tell me when the sun was looking at the stars. When the sun was looking for the stars, where were they? We have to tell the position of the stars. Where were they? We know in the morning the stars, although the stars are present in the sky in the morning, but we are not able to see the stars in the morning. Why? Because the stars are dull. The sun is very bright. The sun's light is very very bright, so that we are not able to see the stars because their light is very dim as compared to the sun. So that is why we are not able to see the stars in the morning time. How many stars are there in the sky? Why do you say so? There are so many stars. You can say there are uncountable number of stars in the sky. Why do we say so? Because we are not able to count all of them. Now we will have a look at the number names. In the learn words portion, we will have a look at the number names. See, there are some numbers given to us like 2, 4, 6, 7, 9 and 10. And in front of them, there are stars given to us. What we have to do is, number given, you have to color the stars according to the number given. Like the first one is done for you, 2, so 2 stars are colored. Now second one is 4, so you will color 4 stars. Then is 6, you have to color 6 stars. Similarly, you have to color the stars according to the number given. Now in the B part, there are some pictures given to us, and you have to complete the names of these things that you see in the sky. First one is sun, second is stars, third one is moon, then is clouds and rainbow and the bird. In the learn the language part, we will read the sentences. We are going to learn about is, am and are. How do we use and why do we use is, am and are. See, there is a box given to us which tells us whenever we talk about ourselves, when we tell something about ourselves that is related to us, then we use am. Means am is always used with I. Then when we talk about one person, when we want to tell what we are doing, we say that with I we use am. When only one person is doing, when the action is done by one person, one animal, or when we are talking about one place only, then we use he, she or it. Now when we are talking about many persons, like the action is performed by so many persons like 3, 4, 2, 10, 12, so then we use are. Are is used with we, you and they, right? So now you have to choose is, am, are according to the sentence, and you have to complete that. Like I is, am, are going to school. With I, as I've already told you, we will use am. Similarly, with the name of one person, you will use he or she according to the name. Like if it is the name of a girl, you will choose she, and if for the name of girls we use she, and for the name of boys we use he. So if he and she is given, we use is. If the name of any person is given, we use is. If the name of more than one person is given, we use are. We, they and you, we use are. Now, there are some sounds given to us, the sounds of PL, ST and TR. There are some pictures given to you. You have to complete the blanks using PL, ST and TR. First of all, you have to identify what is there in the picture. After identifying, you will write down with which sound word these pictures start. Like first one is plane. It starts with PL, so you will write PL in the blanks. Similarly, you have to attempt all. The next one is circle the correct beginning sound for the given pictures. There are some pictures given to us. You have to identify which picture is that, and this picture starts with which word. You have to tick on that word. Like first one is children are playing now, so it starts with play. Action starts with play, PL, so you will tick on PL. Similarly, you have to do all these. Lastly, in the right portion, there are some blanks given to us that are related to the story. What does the sun do to help the moon? So we have read the story, and we will fill in the blanks according to the story that is given to us. So this was all about the story. I hope you have enjoyed the story. Thank you and have a nice day.